Bill Maher. You love him, you hate him, you love to hate him. When you think about the stereotypical smug liberal, you picture Bill lecturing his audience about how they're not with it when it comes to progressive values. His show Real Time with Bill Maher has been on the air since 2003. He's had tons of guests on from all over the political spectrum, and I'd be lying to you if I said they didn't have some fascinating conversations from time to time. But what's the deal with this guy? Why is he so smug? And what happens when his smugness meets the comedic wit of a guy like Bill Burr, who is known to destroy people's egos? People seem to be sick of Maher's shtick, kind of this holier-than-thou routine with like this whole, I can't believe you didn't know that. I know that. Why didn't you know that? You know, that kind of crap, that kind of like smarmy attitude, and it really wears on people's nerves. But, you know, going online and Googling, you know, Bill Maher and whether or not he's a prick, and if he comes across as a prick, it gets you a lot of interesting answers from across the internet, like this. This is from Quora. He sure does when it comes to Bill Maher coming across as a prick. I can't tell if it's a Ricky Gervaisian stick or if he's genuinely just an asshole, but he doesn't come across as someone I would enjoy hanging out with. That being said, I do watch Real Time fairly regularly. I grit my teeth through the monologue and skip the new rules section altogether, but I enjoy the interview and panel segments chiefly because of the breadth of political spectrum that his guests come from. Yeah, that's one thing about Bill Maher that people seem to like is, you know, he does have people from all over the political spectrum, you know, right-wingers, left-wingers, libertarians, rappers, congressmen, Ann Coulter, whatever. They're all on his show. This is from Reddit. I used to love Bill Maher. He has turned into an a-hole. With all due respect, his Club Random podcast, YouTube show is insufferable because of him. He has great guests, and they all have to deal with the fact he has flipped his lid. He seems to be anti the small guy, pro-crazy Republican, pro-crazy conspiracy theories. He seems to be resentful, even though he has achieved the top 1% in this country. It makes no sense. The worst part is it makes him a lot less funny. And isn't the whole point of your job and appeal, Bill? Being funny, that is. This is from The Intercept on Bill Maher. Maher has grown in popularity, and for good reason. It's a great show. Not necessarily because of Maher, but because of the eclectic guests. One of his very first guests was Ann Coulter, and supremely talented joke writers. You see, Maher is a poor interviewer and even poorer comic. He is, in many ways, a conversational narcissist who rarely, if ever, lets his guests finish their sentences. He is a contrarian, and yes, sometimes contrarianism makes for good television. He is confrontational, aggressive, and extremely dogmatic. Again, this can make for good TV. However, all this enjoyable watching is so often displaced by his lack of humility. Maher, clearly an intelligent man, wants the world to know just how intelligent he is, that this is not a recipe for good comedy. This point was originally made by the late, great Norm Macdonald, a man who knew a thing or two about generating laughs. In fact, if you have time, I would encourage you to check out his YouTube video that sees Macdonald puncture Maher's obnoxious behavior. Macdonald emphasized the fact that good comedians must also be able to poke fun at themselves, not just members of the audience. Maher obviously never got the memo.
A comedian, what he should be doing is being funny. That should be his goal, to be funny. I feel some comedians, their goal is to be smart. And the funny is like a collateral thing. They want to be seen as smart. Your friend Bill Maher, for instance, you know, he wants to be seen as an intellectual.
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller. But Letterman understands, he's smarter than both of them. He understands, play the dumb guy, you know? Play the everyman. Nobody likes a guy smarter than them. That's the worst guy you can be. A guy smarter than the audience. They're gonna hate you, you know?
Yeah, it's a very good observation.
Well, recently, he had Bill Burr on his Club Random podcast, and it didn't go so well for Bill Maher, that is. All right, let's check out some of Bill Maher getting owned by Bill Burr. I know we're all dying to see it.
Look at the difference. You can just see the way we dress. We're not different people. This is like, you know, you come from, you know, the slacks generation. Like slacks were still a thing.
These are not
No, but slacks were a thing.
No, I look good. That's the difference. Is that you're
wearing
sneakers.
You don't gotta throw that in my face.
You got a t-shirt on.
You see, Maher is starting to laugh a little bit. He's trying to have fun with it a little bit, but he's getting a little uncomfortable. You know, he's used to like combative people on his shows, obviously, but he kind of expects Club Random to be kind of chill, kind of whatever. We're going to smoke a joint and drink some liquor. He wants to be Rogan, basically. And this is where he goes to be chill. He doesn't want to confront people on this show. But, you know, it's just so obvious Bill Burr is tired of his shit. And he shows it here.
You look like a fucking defendant. You look like you're trying to beat a drinking and driving charge. He doesn't have any priors, Your Honor. Look at him. He's wearing his Chelsea boots. He's a fucking, what do they call it? A productive member of society.
Why?
Pronounced.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
that's like a PED.
You know what?
You know what it was? That was like a PED for your fucking point.
Your wife.
It's a little more pronounced.
Your wife.
Yeah, this guy is so pretentious. It's ridiculous. Using those $10 words, you know, he's trying to be so highbrow here. It's really funny. I mean, just look at the body language. You know, Bill Burr is relaxed, but Maher, he looks like he's ready for a confrontation.
Wife must be a saint. Because, like, boy.
Because you're such a victim right now?
No, because you do like to pick a fight about anything.
You just said I was stupid.
Well, that's
He just came at me.
That's a completely different subject. I don't know.
Right.
I just think it's gauche. But
Gauche. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's gauche, people. It's gauche. Get the hell out of here, Maher. Nobody even knows what that word means.
one reason they are prima inter pares among rock gods is that they...
What the fuck? What does that word even mean? Does anybody who watches this crap, they just want to see Bill get high and relax? Why do I need an encyclopedia to watch Club Random? I don't know what these words mean. Look, I'm a blue-collar slob. I don't understand this podcast. Why the hell would I watch this podcast? Who is this for? Like liberal wine slurping boomers or something? Like English majors? Like pretentious English majors? I don't get it. What the hell is he even saying? You know, Bill Burr represents the blue-collar slobs watching this show. Nobody knows what the hell Bill Maher's talking about.
I've never heard all of those words. Was that 3 words? Was that 2 words?
That's Latin for first among equals.
Don't you save that for your parties when you're wearing your smoking jacket? I'll tell you, that Bill Maher is really smart. Exactly.
I'm not the bad guy because I know things.
He's always talking down to people. Like, he's always using these big words and, like, talking down to people. He's always trying to big-time people. Like, I clearly studied this. You obviously haven't. That shit, it really grates you. It really gets on your nerves.
Even?
Like,
That
dude,
good?
listen, I get it. You're not a knock-around guy. You looked up Latin words and you didn't fucking hang out with the fellas and they used to hang you by your underwear at the lockers. So now none of them are funny because this is your one thing.
Knowing things and words, asshole.
That's an asshole thing to do. To use the English
I know.
word for fucking attic in California.
Okay, but
Jeez, so let's watch that. Let's listen to that exasperated sigh one more time. Just listen to this sigh from Bill Maher. He's so exasperated right now. He's getting owned so bad right now. Just listen to this sigh.
Word for fucking attic in California.
There, right there. He is so bummed out right now. He thought he was gonna like impress Bill Burr with his intellect, with his language skills and all this knowledge he has. And Bill Burr doesn't give a fuck about that shit. Ugh.
okay, but
I'm one more reference away from taking this mic off and just walking out.
you don't realize that college campuses erupted with the kids.
Oh, this whole woke shit again. Oh, the woke. I mean, I know Bill Burr did this thing where he was talking about cancel culture in his act a few years ago. That shit's over with now. Who the hell gets canceled anymore? That's like a 2017, 2018 thing. That's out the window now. And he's still going, those college kids, they're going crazy. The left has lost their minds. Just because he's getting called out for saying stupid shit now. It's a boomer mindset. This guy wants to be some liberal intellectual dude, but he sounds like some conservative guy at a Trump rally screaming about how the left is canceling people now and what a big deal it is. It's stupid as hell.
demonstrating for Hamas. They are in with the terrorists.
They were for the Palestinians.
Well, it's sort of the same cause. Why, are you?
I'm on the side of the kids.
Yeah, that's easy to say. You know, no one wants to see kids dead. This is a war.
That was very brave of you to say that.
This is a war. No, I'm the one who's actually brave on this.
Pat yourself on the back.
It's easy to say I'm for the kids. Who's not for the kids?
Well, I
it
don't
comes down to real hard-nosed decisions. Like a country.
Stop talking like you're a general.
A country got attacked. Israel got attacked.
I'm not saying that they didn't have a right to go back. I'm just sitting there going like, how do I look at
We're the only country in the world that they get attacked, and then as soon as they counterattack, it's like, well, we got to stop this shit now.
And Bill does this dishonest thing I see a lot of conservatives do, where they equate anybody critical of U.S. foreign policy regarding Gaza as being some kind of terrorist supporter. It's really obnoxious. It's total bullshit. And Burr takes him to task here.
Very simple solution to all this problem in the Middle East: stop attacking Israel.
Hey, you just
Stop attacking Israel.
You just
I did.
solved it.
I actually
There you
did.
go. That's fantastic.
Anyway.
All right.
We don't need to get onto that.
Let's go to Russia and the Ukraine. How do you solve that one, Bill? Let me hear your hard-nosed decision about that.
You fly private more than you're letting on.
This guy just thinks, he just wants people to pat him on the back all the time. Oh, war is bad. It's just these easily digestible, like slogans and all this shit. All this, he's trying to be so deep and like trying to come off as somebody who has like a real understanding, like his finger on the pulse of the culture. And it comes off as unbearably smug. It's ridiculous. It's just, with a guy like Bill Maher, I don't hate the guy. I watch clips of him on YouTube sometimes. I can't tell you the last time I sat down and watched a full episode of his show. This smug bullshit really gets on my nerves. There's a lot of better shows. There's a lot of younger guys out there who really know what's going on and paid more attention to it than some millionaire boomer who is totally out of touch with anybody under 40. There's a lot better content out there, and quite frankly, Maher's attitude that of people who don't agree with him are just not educated. It's obnoxious. It's elitist. It's privileged. Any other word you want to throw on there, fine. But this guy, he kind of sucks. You know, I'm getting tired of his shtick, and it seems like a lot of other people are too. People have been mocking him for being smug for years and years now. He's got to understand that. He's got to, I don't know. I'm not going to give the guy advice. He's been on the air forever. He's been a celebrity for 30 years. You know, he's been a political guy for decades, you know, but still, you know, dude, you got to understand your audience. You actually want to attract like younger people like Gen Z or like Gen Alpha or even millennials. You gotta knock this holier than thou smug liberal bullshit off. And that's all I gotta say on the matter. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy your weekend if I don't see you, and like and subscribe. Visit my links down below, and that's all I got for you guys. I will talk to you later.
Yo, listen up, here's the deal. Let me introduce a real big